Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm going to show you how to create some super simple NFTs using a free software called Photopea. So you're going to go to photopea.com or photopea.com, click a new project, and just depending on what device you're using, you can choose different presets. I would go to screen. If you're going portrait mode, or sorry, landscape mode, I would choose any one of these. If you're on a tablet, I would choose one of these iPads. Since you're all probably on iPads, I'm going to go with that, and then click create. All right, so I've got my iPad thing here. You can see if you've ever used Photoshop, the layout is pretty much identical. Over here, we've got our layers palette. If you don't see this, you want to click layers. If you don't see that, you want to go to window and then find layers and make sure it's checked. All right, so what we want to do is create a new layer. So click that little icon there. And then what we want to do is switch to the brush tool. And we're going to start drawing our face elements. Okay, so I'm going to draw my face. And then I'm going to draw some eyes. Keeping this real simple. I might just use a mouse, actually. And then there's the mouth. And then maybe we'll add some eyebrows. And maybe some pupils. So we have kind of a nervous looking guy here. So let's add a little sweat droplet here. Okay, so this is my first face. But what I want to do is be able to swap out all the eyes and the mouth and everything else with other types of things. I could even have something like headphones. Let's just add some headphones here. So there's two ways of doing this. The way I'm doing it is I'm drawing everything on the same layer, and then I'm going to separate the stuff onto different layers. The other way is just to start from the get-go, drawing everything on separate layers. So I could show you both ways. So I've got my face here. So what I want to do is grab the lasso tool. If you don't see that, the hotkey is L. So I'm going to put the eyes on their own layer. So I'm going to basically trace these. I'm going to give it plenty of space, and it turns into a dotted line. So you'll want to hit Command-Shift-J or Control-Shift-J, and what that's going to do is do the layer, new, layer via cut. And you'll see here we've got another layer called layer 2. So if I turn this on and off, you see the eyes appear and disappear. So now I'm going to rename this eyes 1. All right, so now I'm going to click back on, I'm just going to call this base layer. I'm clicking back on base layer, and now I'm going to add the eyebrows to their own layer. So this time I'm going to use the hotkey, so Command-Shift-J. And now you can see they're on their own layer. So eyebrows. We'll just say brows 1. And then going back to base layer, I'm going to add the sweat drop to its own layer. So we'll call that one sweat. And then I'm going to add these headphones. Remember to click on base layer every time. All right, Command-Shift-J again, and call that headphones. So click back on the base layer, grab the mouth, Command-Shift-J, and I'm just going to call that mouth 1. All right, so this is where the fun part starts. Now we can start drawing different types of eyes and different types of eyebrows and different types of mouths. So I'm going to go under eyes. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to create a new blank layer. I'll call this one eyes 2. So this time he's going to have like the frustrated squinty eyes. Base layer, Command-Shift-J. There it is. Okay, mouth 1. So now I'm going to turn that one off, and then I'm going to add another layer. Call this one mouth 2. And then maybe he's making like the sad crying face. Okay. And then maybe if I want to make him angry, I'm going to turn off these brows, and I'm going to add new brows. Move them up here. and then kind of furrow his forehead there. All right, so you get the point. So now that I have my layers, I'm going to export my first image. So go to File, Save as PSD, and you'll want to just save it to your computer. This is just to save the main thing. So I'm going to call this one NFT face. Save it anywhere you'd like. It should save it. And then next, we want to export this as a single JPEG. So go to Export as JPEG. And here he is. Save. And there it is. So that's the first one. And now what I'm going to do is do a different combination. So let's say I choose these eyes, turn off those eyes. And now he looks really disturbed. So let's do this one. So File, Export as JPEG. Save. And you could do any combination. Maybe I'm going to use these brows. Now he's surprised. And yeah, so you get the point. And then what you would do is take those images and you can upload them to whatever NFT minting marketplace you want to. But that's how you generate lots of images from a single Photoshop file. I hope you found that helpful.